Hey everybody. So the New York Wall Street session just opened about 15 seconds ago, and let's see what's going to happen. Which way is the market going to go today? We're looking at gold on the 15-minute chart, XAU USD, and this is the entire day you can see here from the Asia session earlier today, depending on where you live. But in Southeast Asia, this is the beginning of the day here. The Asian session, I've got it blocked out in that box there. And it started up fairly high. We had a high of 40, 52.49. 5249 was our Asia high today. And then it started to fall down. Once Singapore and Shanghai opened, and it started to fall down, and we got our Asia low, which was 5144, as you can see here on the screen. Hey, Dipper Sean. How you doing, buddy? I'm good, thanks. Thanks for tuning in and watching. We're just getting started with the New York session. Wall Street just opened about 1.5 minutes ago. And then after this Asian drop here earlier today, the big drop from 52.49 to 51.44, that's a $100 drop. A big drop over here with unusual to see such a big move in the Asia session, but it was a big drop. And then it's been sideways all day long, just nothing going on until the US market started to wake up, and then they started pushing the price down. And then we had another big drop here, and it's come down and knocked out the previous day low. And that's the previous day low from yesterday, 5097. So we've knocked out that previous day low and just waiting to see what's going to be happening now. Is it going to go back up or is it going to go down further? What do you think? I do not have a trade open yet. I took a couple of small trades earlier today, but I don't have anything right now. And I don't trade in the first few minutes of the New York opening. I wait to see what the real direction is going to be. Sometimes they'll just try and fake you out before they go in the before they make the real move. And I'm just going to open up my MT5 so I can get ready for any kind of a trade that I might want to take. If I see something, I don't see anything yet. But like I say, I don't trade in the first 15 minutes, maybe even the first 30 minutes of the New York Open. It's best just to wait and see what the real direction is going to be. So, how are you doing, Dipershan, over there in Nepal? Is it starting to warm up a little bit? I was there a couple of weeks ago and I caught a cold. It was pretty cold in Kathmandu. And then we took the cable car up to the highest point in Kathmandu, 2,550 meters, and it was pretty chilly up there. I caught a cold, but I've gotten over that now. But I do check the weather on a regular basis, and I see it starting to warm up a little bit. We don't have anybody else tuning in just yet. So we just sit back and relax and wait. This is what we do most of our time as traders is just waiting. The actual trading doesn't take very long. Just click buy or sell. But waiting on that on the trade setup, waiting for our strategy to show itself and give us the indication that it's time to take a trade. And right now, I don't see anything happening. I know what's going on in the U.S. Trumpy Dumpty is doing his what they call State of the Union address, his speech, and that's going to take. He he gets pretty long-winded sometimes. Maybe that'll go for the next hour or longer. He gets carried away sometimes with his speeches. So the market just might be waiting on what he's going to be saying. Is he going to be talking about starting another war somewhere, or we don't know yet? I'm not listening to that live, so if you hear what he's talking about, let me know, and I'm sure we'll see a reaction in the market. It's starting to move up a little bit after knocking out the previous day low from yesterday, but I think we might get a bit more of a drop down. If we go back and look at yesterday, uh, this candle right here was the opening of the New York session. Excuse me. And then it came back down for a little bit and then took off. But this was an hour and a half after New York opened before it started to show us the real move, the real direction, which was bullish. So sometimes we don't really see what the real move is going to be for a while. But you certainly don't want to trade in the first few minutes unless you're scalping. You can be scalping right now and maybe get some good a few pips. But I'd rather just wait and see. Gold is still bullish on the H4 chart and it's bullish on the day chart. So I think we will see higher prices. We saw a big pullback today. This from the high of today, 52.49 down to 5097. That's a $250 drop. From this high of the Asia session down to the low of what we've seen already, that's a $250 drop. That is 2,000. No, not quite. What if maybe I got my math wrong here. Well, let's call that 5,100. So it's a $150 drop. A $150 drop today. That's 1,500 pips. And now it's looking pretty bullish here on this first candle. This is the first 15-minute candle we're looking at. So what are you doing, Deepershan? Do you have a trade going right now? Are you long? Are you short? Are you bullish? Are you bearish? It's making a pretty good move up now. I wonder what the DXY is doing, the dollar index. Okay, yeah, the dollar's starting to fall down. This is the DXY, the dollar index, the US dollar compared with six major currencies. It's been making a bit of a move up today. now starting to fall down, and I think we're gonna see a lot of volatility, especially while Trumpty Dumpty is giving his speech there, the State of the Union, they call it. State of the Union. So we might see a lot of volatility in this first hour. Hmm. This orange line that you see here, this is the first resistance level. It was support, but it's become now resistance. That's at 51.37. So let's see if it'll break above that or just touch it and start to come back down. Not too much going on just at the moment. Trading at 51.32, 51.33, just below our resistance level. Anybody trading Bitcoin? Bitcoin is not doing too well. Down at 63,300. Looks like it might be making a move up. But yeah, I think it got down to 62,500 before New York opened. But now it's making a good move up. And what's the price of oil doing? Oh, price of oil is dropping off. We had a high today of $67, and that's dropped down to $66.40. A big drop in the price of oil. Of course, a big move up and then a big drop down. A lot of manipulation going on there. So Bitcoin and gold both moving up right now. Oh, it looks like Dippershine is gone and nobody tuning in just yet. I know people will come back and watch the recording later, but I just need to be more consistent with my live trading on the New York session. Trying to do it every day now when Wall Street opens. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section. I do reply to all of the comments. Well, we just got another 30 seconds on this first candle, and all it's done is come up to that resistance level and stop. 51.37. So is it going to continue up with the next candle, or is it going to drop it back down? It's looking pretty bullish right now. Yeah, looks like it's going to break above that resistance level. Or maybe not. Oh boy. So if you're new to the channel and you're watching, let me know where you're watching from. And don't forget to hit that like button. It does help the channel. I appreciate that. And leave a comment. Please leave a comment. I do reply to all comments. And while we're just waiting here, I will let you know that if you want to reach out to me directly, my messaging service is Telegram, and you can get me on my Telegram ID that's at RickRayFX. That's my main messaging service, and I do reply pretty quickly. If you want to reach out, you have any inquiries or comments, you can reach me on Telegram. And if you're new to trading, you can check out my website, is rickrayfx.com, where you'll find plenty of information about trading, prop firms, robot trading, free indicators, a free course. Yes, I do teach a free course, and I'll just show you that here. You can find the tab on my website, rickrayfx.com, to get into this free course. This is a 10 video tutorial, and it's the foundation. How to sign up with a broker, how to use MT4, MT5, all the functions and features of that, how to place orders, pending orders, buy limits, sell stops, all of that, risk management, trading the news, everything you need to get your foundation, to get started with trading Forex. And that's absolutely free. You go to my website, rickrayfx.com, and there's a tab there that says free course. Just click on that, and that will get you started. Yeah, now it's falling back down from that resistance level at 51.37. Now we're at 51.28. Kind of typical for the start of the New York session. We just get that little fake out, and we might come back down to this previous day low at 5097. And if you just joined, let me know where you're watching from. If you got any comments or questions, leave them in the comments. I will get back to you. I am watching the comments and trying to reply immediately. Oh, here's this spam again. I don't know. Don't know where those spam messages come from, but I blocked that guy. So it's really slowed down from that initial first 15-minute move. Still got another 10 minutes on this candle. Let's see what happens. And we might just look at forexfactory.com. I don't think there's no high impact news today. So let me just show you this. This is forexfactory.com. There's no high impact news yesterday or today. And then Wednesday, this is tomorrow. This is when Trumpy Dumpty is supposed to be speaking tomorrow. I thought the State of the Union was today. Now I'm confused looking at this. Somebody, if you have information, when is the State of the Union presentation? Is this what it is here on tomorrow? This is Southeast Asia time, so that would be 9 p.m. Tuesday in New York. Anyway, whatever. We have some news on the Australian economy tomorrow, and then on Thursday, the unemployment claims on the U.S. economy, and then Friday, some manufacturing data on the CAD and the USD. Sorry about that. I just had to adjust my lighting. Not much going on with this second candle here, eh? Looking like it wants to come down. Like I said, I don't usually take any trade in the first 30 minutes. There's no clear direction just yet. This first candle just could have been a fake out. We could be going to lower prices. What I'm kind of expecting to see, maybe initially coming lower and retest this previous day low at 5097 and maybe go a little bit below that. And then later in the New York session, start to go back up to higher prices because gold is bullish. The growth engine X, are we buying or selling? Well, I'm just not doing anything at the moment. I'm watching. I'm waiting because there's no clear direction. And New York session just opened, and you want to be careful trading in the first half hour or so because we don't have any clear indication, any clear direction. It has been bearish throughout the day. It was sideways all during the day. It was initially bearish in the Asian session, then it was sideways all day. And then when US opened, it started to push it down. and we have come down and hit the previous day low from yesterday. All right, that's at 5097. It just dropped a little bit below that. And then when New York opened, that's this first green candle, and that turned. That's a very bullish candle. But when the New York when it first opens, you need to be careful, be cautious, and be sure you have clear indication of the real move. I think that we will be going to higher prices. That's what I'm expecting because gold is bullish on the 4-hour chart and gold is bullish on the day chart. But I don't have any clear direction yet on what kind of a trade to take from what I'm watching. Well, growth engine, you trade according to what you want to trade, according to your strategy. I'm not going to tell you what to trade. I'm not going to tell you to buy or sell. You have your own strategy. You trust your strategy, and you take a trade accordingly. I don't have a trade set up yet for what I'm looking for. I would like to get a long trade. I would like to get a buy trade, but I don't see that gold is. I don't see the price telling me that it's going to start moving up. Not yet. When I see that and I'm clear on the strategy that I use, then I will take a buy trade. Where are you watching from? The growth engine? Where are you watching from? I don't think I've seen you in here before. You see FVG. I don't show that on my chart, but I do look at it occasionally. This chart here is marked up for the where the liquidity pools are. And the liquidity pools are around the previous day low and the previous day high. That's how I mark up this chart. And sometimes I do look at the fair value gap. I have an indicator on here somewhere. I think maybe I got rid of it. But no, I don't take a trade based on the fair value gap. Maybe I should rename that chart. That might be confusing for people. I just get rid of that FVG because I don't use it. There we go. How's that? Nobody's ever asked me that before. A while back, I was using the fair value gap. I had an indicator on my chart, but I'm not using that. And my question is, where does the market need to go to collect liquidity to move in the direction that it wants to go? And the liquidity pool is around this previous day low. And it's already come down to that once, but sometimes it will go ahead and come back down again for more liquidity. And then the real move will start, which I believe the real move is bullish. And I expect we'll go to higher prices today. Where are you watching from? The growth index X? The growth engine X? The growth engine. That's a nice name. The growth engine. Anybody that's watching, let me know where you're watching from. And don't forget to click that like button. It does help the channel. I appreciate that very much. So we just finished the first two 15-minute candles. Now we're starting our third candle, and that second candle was bearish, and looks like this other candle is starting to be bearish. I really kind of expect that we might come back down here to this previous day low where it's already been once, and do a sweep of that liquidity pool again before we go to higher prices. But sometimes that takes a while. Yesterday it took an hour and a half. It took 90 minutes before the real move started. 90 minutes after the New York session opened, or 90 minutes after Wall Street opened, before the real move started. And now we're only 30 minutes into the Wall Street Open so far. Oh, from Canada. Which province? Amazing. I love Canada. I've been there 3 or 4 times. I like to go in the summer and stay for a month. And the summers are great. I couldn't live there in the wintertime though. What province are you from? And you were talking to put in some buy orders. I don't think so. No way I'm going to be buying right now. This is coming back down. I'm looking for a better price. I want to buy, but I want to get a good price. I haven't seen very many provinces in Canada. I do like Quebec and Ontario. I like both of those provinces. That's about. I've been to BC one time many years ago. Oh, you're from Quebec. That's cool. My friend lives in Gatineau, and I usually stay at the Hilton near the casino there, connected with the casino. So you must be French, or if you're not French, you are French speaking. So still looking a little bit bearish. You're over there in the close to New York. You're in that time zone. So is 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 Trumpty Dumpty? Is he doing that State of the Union speech now? I thought he was doing it now, but I got a little bit confused looking at the calendar. I think it's I think it's right now. In fact, let me go over and check CNBC and see what they say. Well, I don't see anything on the news here. Um, I guess I can Google it. Let's see what Google says. Okay, it's scheduled for Tuesday. That's today at 9 p.m. Oh, okay. So that's tomorrow for you guys. No, I mean that's tonight for you guys. I live in Southeast Asia, so I have to translate the time zones. So the forexfactory.com calendar was correct. It will be 9 a.m. in Indochina time. That's my time. Ah, so he's not speaking right now. That will be later tonight for you guys. I'm glad I got that cleared up. So now we're moving back up to that resistance level at 50, 51.37. That's that orange line that you see there. That's the first resistance level. You hit that, it bounced back down. Now it's going back up towards it. I think we might still see a little bit lower movement before it makes a move to higher prices. Thailand, Bangkok. I'm originally from Texas, but I live in Thailand. Have you ever been to Thailand? Got quite a few people watching now. If you're new, you just joined in, let me know where you're watching from. I do like to know where everybody's watching from. Get people from all over the world, from Africa, South America sometimes. And don't forget to click that like button. And of course, if you're new to the channel, subscribe so you'll be notified. I'm here every day. I'm here especially during the Asia session. As you can see on the chart, this is the start of the day, the Asia session, and I'm always here for the 8 o'clock a.m. Indochina time. That's 8 Eastern Standard Time for the opening of Singapore and Shanghai. That's this candle right here. Singapore and Shanghai open and can usually get some pretty good moves. So I'm always here Monday to Friday at these times. And I'm starting to be here more regular during the New York opening also for Wall Street. Boy, it has really slowed down now. Not much action at all. Not much going on. What's the Dow Jones doing? Whoa. Well, when Wall Street opened, boy, the Dow Jones just went up like a rocket and then fell back down. And now it's kind of going quiet. Just waiting to see what the real move is going to be. No, I don't trade NASDAQ. I only trade gold. I have these other things over here in my watch list. I do look at them, but I don't trade anything. I only trade gold. Bitcoin, I only buy Bitcoin. I don't trade Bitcoin. I only buy once a week. I don't care what the price is. I just buy. It's a digital asset for the future. I was buying at 20,000. I was buying at 100,000. I bought the other day at 65,000. I don't care what the price is, but I don't trade crypto. I only trade gold. No, I didn't buy at 126. I think the last time I bought was at 100 or 102, I believe it was. I know people who are buying at 126, and they're crying now, especially if they were trading. It's dropped more than 50%. But I don't care. It's, it goes down, it goes up, and it will go up again. We will see it will go higher than 126 for sure. Wow, we got quite a few people watching now have joined in. You guys let me know where you're watching from. I really enjoyed chatting with the Growth Engine X. Happy to chat with anybody else. So just a review of the analysis here. This is the entire day that you're looking at on the chart here. See if I can squeeze that down a little bit. Okay, this is the entire day. This is the start of the Asia session over here. This is the high that we got in Asia, and that was 5249. And then Singapore and Shanghai opened, and they dropped it down way, way down to 5144. That was the low for the Asia market. That's a $100 drop. And then it just went sideways all day long. Nothing going on at all. You cannot make money in this market here. And I did not trade during any of this. And then once the US market opened, it started to drop down. And they have come out and taken out the previous day low from yesterday. Previous day low was 5097, and they just dropped below that. And then Wall Street opened and pushed it back up to this first resistance level at 5137, and it's just staying around there. It's just like it put on the brakes. Doesn't want to go above that 5137. That's where we are. So if you're a scalper, you could have been scalping since Wall Street opened, but that's about all you can do. I don't see that we're going to go to higher prices just yet. Whether we might come back down to this uh, low from yesterday. That's where the liquidity pool is. And if the market is going to go to higher prices, they need more liquidity. So they might come down and do another sweep, knock out all the stop losses and the pending orders. Because if you're buying now as a retail trader, you probably have your stop loss down here. And the institutions know that. And they will come down and grab your stop loss and any pending orders. That puts liquidity into the market, and then the real move will start. But Bitcoin is going to zero. Oh my God. No, I don't think so. Bitcoin is a great digital asset for the future. I wouldn't keep buying if I thought Bitcoin was going to zero. If I really believe that, why would I keep buying? Somebody said, well, people say a lot of things. I don't listen to people. I don't listen to most people. Okay, now we're breaking above this resistance level. That's interesting. Just now breaking above that, we're at 5140, 5140. It might get interesting now, but usually it's the next hour before it really starts to move. But, just because what it did yesterday doesn't mean it'll do the same thing today. Okay. If it drops to 50K, then I'll buy some more. Good price to buy. Good price to buy right now. Always a good time to buy crypto. A dollar cost average. Buy once a week, once every couple of weeks, whatever you can afford. $50 a month. Just think if you had been buying Bitcoin in 2018 when it was 3,000, and a lot of people were, and some were buying before that. Okay, guys, I'll just remind you that if you want to message me directly, my messaging service is Telegram. I check it all the time. My ID is at RickRayFX. If you want to send me a direct message, you got any inquiries or comments, let me know. And of course, check out my website. That's rickrayfx.com. Lots of information there on trading, prop firms, free indicators, free course, robots, everything you need to know to get started trading Forex. And for now, I'm going to go ahead and sign out. I've been here for about 45 minutes and there's not too much going on. I don't think we're going to see a real move, a real direction, maybe for another 30 minutes or so. And I still have not taken a trade, but if you have, let me know. And if you got any other comments or questions, let me know. I will reply to you. Thanks for being here. And if you want to join me in the Asia session, that's at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 8 a.m. Indochina time. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you have a great session of trading, and I'll see you again next time.